This is the GoPro Hero 12, the newest and most up-to-date action camera on the market. And this is the Panasonic GH5s, one of the most cinematic cameras available to consumers. Now the Hero 12 starts at $399 USD, whereas the GH5s starts at a whopping $1,500. GoPro prides themselves on releasing cameras that give you cinematic video, but can this GoPro Hero 12 compete with an expensive professional level camera? What's going on, guys? It's Ray here, and today we're gonna be testing out just that. Now let's take a break to talk about today's sponsor, Movavi. Movavi Video Suite has everything you need to make awesome GoPro videos. Not only is this a video editor, but it has so many different tools at its disposal. It makes complex things simple, lets you be as creative as possible, which is my favorite, and gives you thousands of different editing tricks. AI background removal, noise removal, upscaling, and a whole bunch of other features make this stand out over the competition. If you want to download Movavi at an insane discount, check out the links I left in the description. I've had the Hero 12 for almost 2 months now, so I've gotten the hang of it and I know the kind of footage it can capture. On the other hand, I've been using my GH5s for years now, and even started recently using it underwater, so I'm very familiar with what that can capture. I actually think the Hero 12's video will hold up pretty well. I'm also going to do a side-by-side video comparison of underwater footage later in the video, so definitely stick around for that. The Hero 12 has specs of 5.3K 60 and 4K 120 with 10-bit color, HDR video, and some other nice features. The GH5s tops out at 4K 60, 10-bit log video, and even has 1080p with 240 frames per second. That is absolutely insane. So both cameras definitely have great specs. Of course, the GH5s has a lot more you can work with in its settings. Aperture, ISO, color, and video mode all have so much more freedom on this camera, but that is to be expected. The Hero 12 screen and availability of adjustments are really good, especially for an action camera. So the first thing I want to test out is audio, because this is where I feel like the Hero 12 could take the edge. So I'm going to unplug my mic from the GH5s, and then we're going to test out raw audio. So this right here is the raw audio on the GH5s. And this is the raw audio on the GoPro Hero 12 Black. This definitely lined up with what I thought. The Hero 12 captures better raw audio than a professional level camera, at least in this case. You can also see a pretty big difference when I detach the mic from my camera. The audio goes downhill really quickly, but just raw audio, the edge goes to the Hero 12. Now let's test out just standard video. I'm gonna be walking around on this trail here. The fall colors are out. It's a great test to see which camera not only is the best video quality, but also the best color. The Hero 12 is set to 4K 60 with HDR turned on, as well as hyper smooth, but none of the Pro Tune settings have been messed with. And the same goes for the GH5s. So this is raw, unedited footage. You can see they're two very different looking clips. The styles are completely different. The GoPro has a brighter look, whereas the Panasonic is a little darker, almost like it has a filter on. That's what makes this camera so cinematic. When it comes to video quality, I'm going to give it a tie. The video styles are very different, but I would say both are equally as clear and crisp. But when it comes to some other aspects of video, the GH5s starts to take over. For cinematic look, you have to go with the GH5s. ISO and light exposure, I'll go with the GH5s as well. And focus definitely goes to this Panasonic as well. I'm definitely still waiting for GoPro to come out with a camera with an autofocus feature. Video color, I'm actually gonna go with the Hero 12. Even without 10-bit, footage on the GoPro looks very colorful. However, as you can see here, 10-bit does make a big difference, and it's easy to see why the Hero 12 explodes with color in its videos. I will say the GH5s is definitely more cinematic and leaves a lot more room for post-editing, which is definitely nice. For video stabilization, it easily goes to the Hero 12. And for vlogging, I'm going with the GH5s. The audio, focus, and lighting is all better. The Hero 12 is definitely easier to vlog with, mostly just because of its size, but the GH5s is a better option. I also did a low light test right here, and you can see the GH5s outperform the Hero 12 as well. So after taking it through filming tests, the GH5s wins with a final score of 6-4. before. GoPro does make some really cinematic cameras, and even though I don't think it'll ever be on point with a pro level camera, for its price, GoPros are definitely fantastic. Now I did want to mention a brand new GoPro product that's coming out very soon. This is the Action Box, and I'm lucky enough to have early access to it. Filters, a top flap for the sun, an external mic output, cold shoe adapter, and even more make this such an awesome product. It's going to be releasing very soon, so make sure to check it out in the link I left in the description. Now it's time for the part I was most excited to see, the underwater comparison. Let's see how a GoPro compares to a pro camera underwater. Here's a shot of a bunch of fish in about 40 feet of water, but the GoPro actually outperforms the GH5s here, purely just because of color. But let's take a look at it in a different situation. Everywhere you go underwater is going to be completely different. In this battle right here, the GH5s definitely wins. When you get the color and lighting right with this camera, it looks just so cinematic. Here's another side-by-side where you can see the GoPro does have better color in some areas, but the Pro camera just has a more cinematic look. Overall, both cameras are great. I would say in the right environment, GoPro is actually one of the better underwater cameras out there, but just for pure cinematic look, the GH5s is unmatched here. Make sure to subscribe with notifications turned on so you never miss out on new videos and new adventures.